unmute, wants to put it on the chat. What exactly is change management? I'm sure there are stalwarts of change management who joined in today. Can we just start with what we mean by change management? It could be we could go wrong as well. We are also understanding the subject. We are also student practitioners. No one? Anyone wants to attempt? Long shot in the dark.
Hey, hi Chirantan, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you doing?
Hi, Purva.
Hey, hi Sandeep. Me and Shabazz, both of us are joining from my phone only.
Very nice. Excellent.
Okay, that's perfect. So how are you keeping? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been great. Just been in Udaipur serving my notice period. So I think it's been great.
So you're having a good start. So what's the percentage hike you're having?
I think Chirantan knows it better, but yeah, close to around 90 to 100.
90 to 100%. So yeah, Purva is our ex-student actually. So she is serving a notice period. She got a hike of 90 to 100%. So congratulations.
I've just got my husband as well with
Congratulations.
me. Would like to say hi. Thank you so much.
Hi Chirantan, hi Sandeep, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We are very good.
Okay?
How are you?
Good. Very nice to be part of the session here.
No, thank you. It's good to have you guys here. Chirantan, I think, shall we just start or wait?
Yeah, someone, so Bharat has answered, okay? So he's put it on the chat that change management is managing to deliver the scope of the project or the program. Very nice. Anyone else wants to give it a try? Guys, we are all here to learn, all right? I mean, it's okay if you want to err a little. To err is human, all right? So it's fine. We are not judging anyone here. Anyone else has an idea of what is change management? So is you guys think testing, business analysis, program management, project management, are these part of change management or are these different subjects altogether?
Chetna, you are muted, I think.
For me, all of this is a part of the overall body that we call as change management for sure. And I was tempted to say somehow managing to deliver, but I thought, let me not use the word somehow. Generally, that is what happens, right? But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Bharat. Perfect. Yes, I think change management is that universal whole or a collective set of approaches that is needed for taking one organization or an organization from point A to B. As simple as that, right? And ensuring that value is delivered to stakeholders, right? So I think that's what is change management. Of course, within the umbrella of change management, there are different, functions and verticals and roles that we kind of use interchangeably. So I'm sure that people who are joining this symposium, it's a global symposium, so they would be dabbling in either, being a tester or a project manager or a program manager, looking to be a portfolio manager, etc. There is a big buzzword of agile, which is there as well nowadays, taking the world by storm. So we would want to kind of show you some surveys, some industry benchmarks, as well as some salary surveys as to what these different roles are getting in the market. So let's say you want to get into these roles, what are the different skill sets that you need? What do these roles play across the market? Of course, we are going to touch upon the UK, which is our home market, but we are going to also look at quite a few instances of India. We are looking at US markets as well. That's going to be one of the sneak peek, right? Another thing which we wanted to do is, if all of you are comfortable, if you can start putting in on the chat your email addresses. The only reason we ask you to send your email addresses on the chat, of course, if you're comfortable, put in your phone numbers as well. But the reason we want you to put in the chat, the email addresses, is we can send you some of this data, right? So there will be a lot of industry studies that we will show you. There is a lot of snippets that we have gathered from our experiences, right? So Tuba is here, Sandeep is here. I'm going to speak from my experience as well. But in order for you to receive this, we would request you to put in your email addresses on the chat so that we can send it to you after the symposium is over. All right. So with that, maybe we can kind of make a start. Sandeep, you're okay? You want to say a few words as well?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to just bring out the housekeeping rules. I mean, I already said, like, just please keep yourself on mute unless you want to speak something. You feel free to talk, but otherwise just keep yourself muted if you can, please. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of background. I'll try to be quick, and I don't want to bore you with anything. But this is this event, as you know, is an exclusive event, and we broadly do 3 to 4 trainings in the whole year. We being working professionals, because me and Chirantan, we are industry professionals, and we are working during the weekdays, and our classes generally happens on the weekends, and they correspond to UK, US, and India time. So the reason why we formed this company, because we have seen loads of problems. Like me and Chirantan, I've been in the industry for last 19 years, and Chirantan is very much same. And we have done loads of trainings throughout our career, guys, like from various institute. I've been to even Oxford University myself for various courses, etc. But it's what we have figured out. It's very hard to translate the theoretical knowledge into practical, like to use that theoretical knowledge into our day-to-day lives, like into our professional lives. So we always have that sort of challenge, and that's why me and Chirantan, we use each other as a soundboard, and we spoke about various things which has happened in previous courses, and we thought, like, why not we give the real industry hands-on experience to people? And that's the reason the AgileBA was born, so we started writing our own case studies, and we give the real flavor, like whatever we deal with at work in our batches, and we ask people to solve those problems so that their confidence level is like way high up than anybody else who is doing very similar course. And B, we we created a fusion of various courses, like, say, for example, we have a course called Hybrid BA. We figured out, like, a BA doesn't need, not only need the BA knowledge, the BA skills, they also need Scrum and Agile at the top of it, and a bit of product ownership piece as well. So we have kind of combined all those 3 courses or 4 courses into one. The other problem we have seen, like loads of big institutes around the globe, they say you come and do our BA course and you will be able to take IIB exams. But I got stuck with one of those as well in a long time ago, and so many others who comes to us tell us the same story, that after passing their course or after finishing their course, they can't take IIB exams because these institutes are not IIB endorsed institutes. So these were the problems, and that's why we thought, like, let's cut the bullshit, let's help people, let's give it out to the community, let's do like 3 to 4 courses in the whole year. And that's how we formed AgileBA. So we try to give you the real knowledge, the real core of things. And apart from the other institutes, what we do is, here we do a tailor-made career program. Like, we kind of mentor people and help them to figure out which course they should do next in line with their future prospects. Like, if somebody is coming to us, like, who is a VP in a company, and they want to, either want a more salary, or they want a promotion. So we kind of help them out and just tell them that this is the next thing you should do. And we have had tremendous success with so many cases in the past in the same way, basically. So we know that what we teach, what we give out is making a big difference to the other people. So it feels me very happy that I'm able to make some positive change in somebody else's life. And that's a core reason, a core message from AgileBA to the wider audience basically today. So is there any questions so far? I mean, you've seen, like, I don't want to talk about salaries. We have seen Purva has just spoken. So we have had loads of students who have had more than 50 plus increment in their salaries, and people have got promoted, like from VP to senior VP to director, or to director to ED and all that. And from our students could be like a college pass out to an ED level. We have had all type of students, and they have all given us like tremendous feedback after the course, which I'll share you later on. But this is just a whole core message from AgileBA. So I would go to the next slide from here and maybe just quickly show you the agenda for the day, so we know what we all covering. So so first thing we're going to do is we look at the our trainers who are trainers in AgileBA. Second, I mean, you can read the points we're covering under that. The second is we'll be looking at outcome and benefits, like, what is the outcome and benefits we are expecting after we have done such courses. Some case studies and testimonials, we'll share it with you. Some of our courseware from AgileBA on change management. And then we'll want to leave ample amount of time for live questioning, guys, today, So we have had this feedback that our webinar stretches up. We cover loads of, we give loads of data, but we don't give enough time for questioning. So today we want to do that. And last thing is closing, basically, where we're going to do some key announcement and we'll do some early bird bonuses. So stay with us till the end. And I will just admit one more person who's joining in, who's a bit late. So this is me, guys. Like, why should you care? Like, who we are, I'll show you. I'll just I've told you I've been in the industry for the last 19 years. So I've worked at different capacities. I started as an IT guy, sitting on a help desk in a call center. That's how I started while I was doing my college. And at the moment, I'm working as a BA, as a product owner. I've worked at various levels, basically, and in various capacities, from like startups to billion-dollar companies, and where I've handled projects of like up to like 20 million pound projects I've dealt with. Majority of my career is all abroad. I've been in the UK for last almost close to 17 years now. And so this is my one pager. People who are going to be staying with us, if you kindly send me private message, a private chat on Zoom with your email address and with your phone number, I'll be sharing all the slide decks and all the recordings with you, plus some other, data from the industry, which would be very, very helpful. So I think I should just, without taking much time of yours, I'll pass you to my colleague Chirantan Mukherjee, who will be talking about his success journey so far.
Thank you so much, Sandeep.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandeep. First of all, a warm welcome to all of you here who are taking time out on this weekend, joining from different parts of the globe. So very much appreciate that and grateful for that. So just a little bit about myself. I'm a program manager currently with Citigroup in London, but have been a student practitioner. I like to call myself a student practitioner of change management over the last 18, 19 years. Worked with different organizations. Just to name a few, I've worked with JP Morgan. CRISIL has been very close to my heart. I see quite a few of my former colleagues join in from there. Worked with Nomura, and it has been in different capacities, right? So I started off my career as an IT business analyst. I'm an accountant, by the way, in terms of my qualification. I'm an accountant, but right now I'm handling front office technology. So if we can do that, I'm sure that you can do that as well, right? So that's a little bit about myself, and we are going to talk about a few things which has helped us, shape humbly our career journey. And if we can pass on a little bit of some tips and tricks, and as well as learn from you all, that will be a great opportunity. All right, so that's in brief about myself. I'll now invite maybe Tuba to talk a little bit about herself.
Right, so.
Yeah, hello everyone. So this is Tuba Mirza, and I'm based in Karachi, Pakistan, and I'm very happy and excited to be part of this symposium as a speaker. Thank you, Chirantan and Sandeep, for having me here. So let me quickly introduce myself. I have been working in the IT software industry of Pakistan for the past 16 years. I started off as a software engineer, and now I am owning up like a small set of my own for professional consultancy and professional training as well. I'm a PFMP, PGMP, PMP, and PSM certified, and I have been helping people for the past few years in these certifications, and as well as for the overall project portfolio program management. Now I'm partnering with AgileBA as well for these certifications. And on the academic front, I am a computer engineer, as well as I'm I have completed my master's in project management, and I've been serving as a visiting faculty lecturer in one of the reputable University of Pakistan as well. So my passion and my life and my professional career is to help people in their queries regarding project management, program management, portfolio management. And whoever comes to me for this, I make sure that I don't disappoint him or her. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm here. I want to help all of you, or whoever like wants to be there for project, program, or portfolio management. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, so Sandeep, over to you.
Thanks, Tuba. Right, so let's have a look at the next slide. Guys, I mean, this slide is self-explanatory that we know that is survival for the fittest, guys, right? And we know that we have to change as a human being to survive. To, you know, I think you guys are very much experienced. Some of you are more experienced than me and Chirantan here. And you know that the changes are part of our life. So we need to have that growth mindset rather than having a fixed and limited belief on and try avoiding change. So I think without taking much time, this is self-explanatory, this slide. I would go to the next slide here. So, and I will hand you back to my colleague, Shirendra Mukherjee.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. So I think this is a little bit about, our pedagogy and the value proposition. So what will you get which is different with us, right? So we wanted to kind of let you know that one of the things that we do when we come to training is we do very little of PowerPoint slides, right? So most of us are very accustomed to learning from PowerPoint slides. We don't use that practice. So what do we do? So what we kind of do is more an absorbing method of curriculum, which is we follow a case study based curriculum. So we will also have an opportunity to look at live one of the case studies that we've kind of used in the past for one of our courses. But the reason we use the case study is we want the concepts and the fundamentals to be very clear, guys, right? Because these days you cannot really crack an interview, make a real big change in the market when you're facing an interviewer who might be the likes of Tuba and Sandeep here, with 18, 19 years of experience. They are going to, of course, catch you off guard if you don't know the subject, right? So the idea is to kind of make you understand the core concepts, the fundamentals, and we do that in a kinesthetic way. So the word kinesthetic means you hands-on learn on the job, right? So we learn through a very fun way of interacting. We expose you in a group engagement study, where through a group we give you the real case studies, real industry studies which we have come across, and these are all industry agnostic, right? So sometimes people come and ask us that, hey, if we are not from a tech background, can we make it in your course? And we said, of course. It's not necessary that you need to come from a tech background. It's not necessary that you need to know even the SDLC, right? Just for the uninitiated, SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. But you don't even need to know the software development lifecycle in order to get groomed or get mentored, right? The other thing that we are very passionate about is we want to call ourselves as mentors and life coaches, right? I think this is one thing when we have learned, and Sandeep, Tuba, keep me honest, when we have learned from our gurus and our mentors, we have sometimes felt that, they only see the value proposition till the time of the course. We don't do that, right? So we kind of engage with you in your entire career transformation. So we have a candid conversation that where do you want to reach, right? So today you're at this particular place, but where do you want to reach in the next few years? How do you chalk that bridging the gap, isn't it? So how do you chalk that, right? That journey of bridging the gap, and how do you, we enable you to make that transition, right? And one other thing which we want to do here is we do a lot of tools, right? So there is a lot of industry toolkits that we use, whether you're doing the hybrid BA, whether you're doing the project management courses, etc. You would understand, the user stories, the agile project charters. There are lots of other industry tools like the Jira, etc. that we kind of do hands-on, right? Can we move to the next one, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one is one of our favorite slides, right? So the difference between output, outcome, and benefits, right? I think these are quite synonymous when it comes to it looks like these are synonymous terms, but they have a slight nuances in terms of differences, right? So what is an output, right? Now let's think about today's session that you guys are attending. The output is that you are coming to this class and you are going to get a survey, an industry survey, which is not available if you search on Google, because these are only member exclusive privileges available to us. And because we are industry body members, we kind of have those surveys available to us. That is the output. But are you happy with just the output? No, right? So you need to translate that output into the outcome and the outcome into the benefit. Now, of course, because I come from an accounting background, the return on investment, financial considerations are something always that I'm looking at, right? So the benefit means that using this course curriculum, how do you ensure that you have increased your earning propensity? So let's say today you are at a particular salary structure. Do you want to increase it by 2 times, by 3 times, do you want to increase it? And we have just heard, right, that the growth in salary has gone up by 100% as well. So that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about. So here there are 4 illustrative cases which we have helped transform. Of course, we have transformed in hundreds and thousands. We've been training for many years now, all of us. But let's look at the person on the left top. So this was a guy who is now a CFO in Canada. He is a chartered accountant and an information system auditor as well, based out of Canada. And before he came to our course, he had 17 to 18 years of experience, right? And he came in, he got mentored into the hybrid BA as well as the the agile courses. And after he went back, he had an enrichment of role. So he stayed with the same organization because he's been with the same organization for multiple years. But immediately after that, he got an enrichment of role. And currently, he's got, you see the growth, right? 35% at that senior level is quite a big margin, right? So he got a new role of a CFO in Canada. He's quite happy. He's looking at doing more courses with us, right? So on the top right, if you look at it, this person is again a VP who's based as a regulatory business analyst in London. So she kind of came to us with 15 years of work experience, already a tenured business analyst. And she told me that, Chirantan, Sandeep, I don't know what will we learn in business analysis or Scrum, which is new. I mean, I've been practicing it for 3-4 years. And we told her that, why don't you come and realize and try kind of experience that journey. So when she came in, she kind of understood that there is a vast ocean that is still to kind of learn about, isn't it? After the curriculum got over, she had 2 jobs in the market with a growth of 49% at the VP level, right? That's no mean feat, guys, right? 49% at the VP level is no mean feat. Now, the third one on the right-hand bottom is basically a person who came from HR staffing, right? This person was not from an IT background. I'm repeating it because for clarity, this person did not have any IT background, came to us with HR staffing, and then after he kind of did the Scrum journey, turned out to become, of course, he completed his professional Scrum Master certification with us, and then he went on to become the Scrum Master. So with just a little bit of Scrum experience, he went on to become the Scrum Master, and right now has got a growth of 45%. Right?
Sorry, just to add on, this guy is working with Sapient at the moment, and he was with the US staffing for last 10 years. Got stuck in night jobs. He used to do night jobs from India for US staffing. Was very frustrated, family man. So anyway, sorry, Chirantan, you carry on, please.
No problem. No problem. And on the left hand side, I mean, these are only illustrative examples. I mean, if we have to speak about all our transformations, it will take days together. Yeah. But on the left hand side, this person was an associate in Mumbai, and after she did the course with us, she kind of completed a couple of certifications. After she kind of completed those certifications, she has got a growth of 108%. And not only 108%, this person moved from an associate to an AVP, and that's a double jump. It's usually from an associate you go out to a manager, but she got a double promotion as an AVP. And not only that, that same organization who's absorbed her as an AVP is also talking about mobility to the UK. So these things happen, guys, right? These are very, very real, chances that can happen. Of course, I have spent most of my career, in India. Very recently, I've moved to the UK, but mobility, while it is a difficult subject, but it definitely does happen and is possible. Okay, should we go to the next one, please? Perfect. Now, these are some of these industry trends that we will share. Now, these are only snippets that you see on the screen. So what do we mean by snippets? These are only an extract of the actual survey. But what we are happy is we are going to send you the entire survey, which would be, each would be 15 pages long. And these are industry bodies which have these surveys, right? So, the source is the Project Management Institute. So Tuba, myself, Sandeep, we are all very passionate about Project Management Institute, the leading gold standard for project management, portfolio and program management. The other source of the survey is actually IIBA, which is the International Institute of Business Analysis, which is the gold standard for business analysts, right? And this actually comprises of the actual report that you see. Now, if you look at this, what type of organizations do BAs get job in? So private sector is the highest, right? On the left-hand top, 79% are working in the private sector. What is very interesting is if you look at the left-hand middle, right? What are they doing? If you look at this, about 40% are working on solutioning, about 34% are working on domain. Now, guys, very important. I think this is the right time to introduce our hybrid BA and why we feel that has a lot of value. Is that there are three things essentially which we feel adds value to a business analyst, and I think even from an extended change management perspective. One is the delivery excellence, right? So you should of course know what are the different techniques, tools, etc. that are known that are used as a business analyst. The second we would say is the domain knowledge, right? So the domain knowledge is something that definitely is used. So whether you're in banking, you're going to use banking and financial, whether you're in pharma, whether you're in HR, all industries. It's not just that IT and banking, it's a very big misnomer that banking and IT employ BAs. That's not really true. We are going to come to the left-hand side of bottom of the page, which is going to talk about industries which are paying, right, for BA salaries and paying astronomical figures, right? And we want you to get to these figures, right? And that's the reason we are showing you this. So the third one on the BA side is the application of tools, right? So you really need to know the delivery excellence, speak the language of the BA, B, you talk about the domain, and three is the tools and practices, the tools and best standards, the toolkits, right? Now, we kind of focus, help you get 2 out of 3, and only 2 out of 3 is required in the market, right? Let me be very candid. I mean, I have hired more than 100 BAs myself, right? More than 100 BAs myself I have hired. I'm sure between Sandeep and Tuba, they have been hiring managers as well in the industry, right? So you would agree that other than these 3 skill sets, only 2 of 3 are good enough.
Just to add here, guys, I think it's good to let you guys know that Chirantan has been a BA since people have not heard about this sector at all. I think he was one of the initial BAs who got into this BA job role. And he's been contributing to the IIBA, different versions of IIBA. I think it's on version 3 at the moment, isn't it, Chirantan? And then, so Chirantan has been a contributor to those materials as well. So, it's hard to find somebody like him. Sorry, Chirantan, go on, please.
Yeah. No, sometimes I feel like I'm a dinosaur, almost supposed to be extinct, but still continuing, but evolved, right? Evolved. We are the Jurassic Park evolution. All right. So on the left hand bottom, if you look at it, these are the industries which are paying big numbers, right? So if you look at it, banking is not the highest paying one. Let's take a pause and just think about this. Look at pharma. Look at consulting. Then these are the figures which are going up, right? Now look at the right side as well. The top industries where we work, and this is an extended version of the stuff here. That information technology, of course, banking is there. Manufacturing is paying a lot. The government sector is paying a lot, isn't it? Sandeep, you and me are here. We know how much the government is paying for the BAs with product owner as a skill set.
Yep, that's right.
So I think that's a great number. And on the right hand side, the top, just to quickly summarize, the average CBAP salary is $120,000. I don't think that is a small number by any yardstick, right? The CBAP is the flagship certification, the highest level of certification for a BA, the Certified Business Analyst Professional. And if you look at it, even in a year's time, on the top you see 90,421 in green, and that has moved up to 97,000 in this year. So if you look at last year versus year before last, 7,000 has been the growth in terms of average CBAP salary as well. Okay, so that's a big thing. Can we move on, please? Can we just move to the next one?
Yeah, guys, can I please request everybody to stay muted if you're not talking? Just please, thank you.
Okay, perfect. So this is again.
Sorry,
yeah.
Charandan. Guys, you're gonna get these slides, and plus I can send you the whole, all these other slides, like from where we have taken this as a snippet. So that will be very, very helpful. So just don't forget to leave us your email and your telephone number and on the personal chat, and I will be emailing these materials to you, and they can be, very, very, very beneficial for your career and for you to know where the industry is going. Sorry, Charandan, please carry on.
No problem at all. So if you look at this, do BAs feel valued on the top left-hand side? Now, this is a survey done with actual industry BAs, and these are their results, which has come from the floor, right? From the industry, which covers different sectors, right? The management and C-suite, 35% of them feel that they are valuing them, right? Now, if you look at this, the left-hand side bottom of this particular chart that you see, or this slide, the role of BA, right? What is the role of the BA? Is it just to define and recommend solutions? No, it is not. That is the role of maybe an entry-level BA or a mid-level BA, if you look at it, the defining and recommending solutions. But there is a lot of focus on using the BA as an enterprise change architect. I think there is a lot of recent focus where there has been focus on BAs who are at the level of a director, right? So they have got 20-25 years of experience. They come in and kind of call the shots. They actually get involved in the business case analysis, the strategic decisions. That's going up, that we see in the industry survey, right? Then on the middle of it, the core responsibilities, if you look at it, of course, they are going to focus on business analysis. But if you look at it, there is a mixture of 2-3 roles that are required in the market, right? And I think this is one useful time that we want to give you a little bit of the industry flavor. Now, the industry flavor is every organization, whether you're based in India, Pakistan, whether you're in the US, whether you're in the UK, I think every organization is trying to get the most of their resources out of their resources, right? Now, one of the things which we will advise strongly is to build upon a core competency as well as grow on ancillary skills. Now, what do we mean by core competency and ancillary skills? Now, you get paid for double skills, right? So if you have those double skills, if you have some of these double certifications, definitely there is an edge in the market, right? So what we try to say here is, let's say you are a business analyst as a core profession, right? So as a core role, you play the role of a BA. However, you can do project management as well on the side. You can also double up as a product owner, right? Then your value goes up by leaps and bounds in the market, right? And which is why the birth of the hybrid BA, right? The only curriculum that we offer in the market, which is a combination of BA and the Scrum, which kind of allows this. And of course, with Tuba here as well, right? I mean, there are synergies.
Yeah, I'm here.
Between project management and business analysis as well, isn't it? So that we are going to talk about when we talk about
that's true.
PM service, right? So can we move to the next one, please, Sandeep? Perfect. This is a quick slide on Agile. Sorry, if you just go on mute, I'm hearing a little bit of echo. All right. Now this is so on the top right side, if you see how much increase has there been in Agile practices. 26% increase in Agile practices from 2017 to 2021. This is phenomenal, right, guys? So, and that's the reason, and Tuba is going to touch upon this. The PMBOK in its 6th version has got both Agile as well as Waterfall, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Right. So we are going to look at it in the next slide, but this is a paradigm shift that the industry is.
And even Charandan, now the PMP exam itself is covering both Agile and predictive with equal percentages, 50-50%. Previously, that was not the case. Previously, it was only predictive before 2021. So now PMI is also recognizing how important it is for a project manager to know both domains in equal, in equal balance. So yeah, Agile is everywhere. It's not there in IT, which is a misconception. It's everywhere.
Absolutely. right? And then on the left-hand side, if you look at which agile approaches do you practice now, this is one of the thought processes that you have to think about. How many of you know more than one practice here? Be honest about it. Are you a practitioner who knows more than Scrum? So do you know Scrum and Kanban? Do you know behavior-driven development as well as Crystal? Do you know feature-driven development as well as Lean? So the more you know, the more value that you get in the market, because it's not essential. In fact, in my organization presently, we do not employ one framework. We are not Scrum based. It's a hybrid model, but there are more than one frameworks being used, right? So it's very important that we know some of these aspects. Now, if you look at the bottom left, I don't know whether Sandeep, it can be zoomed a little bit on the bottom left, the top 5 digital techniques used to deliver these agile practices, right? So if you look at it, you look at need-based management, you look at user stories, you look at design thinking, you look at customer journey maps. We cover each of them in our workshop. Now, remember, Sandeep, when we have designed our course, we didn't look at the survey.
Yes, we didn't actually. We just felt like what is needed, where is a gap, what people are not doing correctly. And the other main thing I think which Chirantan has covered, the main focus was how to convert all this knowledge into money, basically, for us and for the other people. And that's where the AgileBA was born. And we are just very much focused, like, once we have taught you something, how are you going to convert that knowledge into dollars? As simple as that, basically. And that's the the core, the blueprint we have in AgileBA. And that's how we think personally for us. Whatever courses and things we're doing has to be in line and has to be making changes to my pocket, as well as whatever we are teaching has to make a difference to my students' pocket as well. And I'll show you basically, we'll cover that in some great details. So I'll hand you back to Chirantan, I think.
Yeah. So can we go to the next one, please?
Yep. Just.
Yeah, so on this one, this is an industry trend on portfolio management, program management, and project management. So if you look at it, I mean, PMPs with, of course, earn a lot more than non-PMP project managers. And the more experience that you have, I think you start to gain a lot. Now, of course, we are going to send you this, snapshot back. But what I wanted to say is we are all student practitioners. So Sandeep is still studying. I'm still studying. We are upskilling and constantly evolving ourselves. Tuba is doing the same thing. In fact, I don't know whether I think it's okay because we trust all of you. I am myself going to learn from Tuba on PFMP, right? So I'm going to be Tuba's student on portfolio management. So she is a very dear friend, philosopher, and guide. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, Tuba, right? Because I'm sure that this is in the minds of people.
Actually, Chirantan, I'm honored to have you as a student, to be very honest.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, likewise. So the question that I had is, there are different levels, right? So there is a PMP, then there is a PGMP, then there is a PFMP as well. Is it really necessary to do one step at a time? Or can we actually, look at PGMP and PFMP directly? And what's the industry trend these days?
Yeah, so Chirantan, like many other things, this is again a misconception that people have that, okay, if we haven't got a chance to do PMP or PGMP and we are at a level that we think that we are maybe working as a head of the department or functional lead or VP or director. So we need to first go for PMP, then PGMP, and then PFMP, like step by step. So this is not the case. PMI doesn't have any such restriction. If you want to go for PFMP without doing your PMP or ACP or PGMP, you can go for it as long as you do satisfy the eligibility criteria for that certification, for either for PFMP or for PGMP. So for PMP, you don't need any certification. Prerequisite requirement. Same goes for PGMP. There is no prerequisite requirement. It's better to have PMP or project management knowledge. That's separate, but there's no mandatory requirement. Same goes for PFMP. So regarding what is the best case, that depends on what you are into. For instance, if there is a person who comes to me, who has been in the industry for, say, 14 to 15 years or more than that, and he comes to me asking for PMP because that's the only thing he knows. That's the irony. That happens to me like every other day. That people come to me with such huge experience and they are qualified for PFMP from every angle, but they they don't know about PFMP or PGMP. So I counsel them, I tell them that what they should be into to get more recognition in the market, to get, you know, more paid more, and to be at the you know, to be in the right business, because PMP is something that they have already passed. That's not something for them. But just because that's only they know, they think that that's something they should be doing, because they don't have any certification, or they need some, you know, some credentials in the profile. So what you should be doing, that depends of at what level you are at right now. If you are like 4 to 5 years into the project management career, or you are aspiring for that, then you maybe should be going for the project management. If you are already 10 plus years of experience in the industry with project management and program management experiences, and you think that I want to aspire for, you know, head of the department or director or people level position, then probably PFMP is for you, not program management as a certification. There's one more thing that I would like to add here, Charinder, that people think that just because they are there in the industry for, say, for more than 10 years, and they have been doing project management, for their whole professional career, they think that they are not qualified for maybe PGMP or PFMP, just because that program manager title is not there in their in the designation on the role. That's again a misconception. PMI, ideally they want you to demonstrate your experience in the respective area, but they also allow at the same time for the relevant experience as well. So for instance, if you want to sit in the PFMP exam and you have the right experience and you qualify the eligibility, you can sit in the exam as long as you are working in the portfolio, maybe not as a portfolio manager or as a head of the department or the similar designation, but maybe you have been working as a project manager for the past 10 years or 15 years. Still, you can do your PFMP. I did my PFMP when I was working as a senior project manager. So you can do that. That's a misconception. Same goes for program management certification as well. So yeah, the qualification is highly dependent on the eligibility criteria that PMI has said. It's not dependent on any prereq certification at all for any of these 3 certifications.
Perfect. I think that has been very, very illustrative example, and thank you so much for those insights. Tubash, and can we move forward, please? Sandeep?
Yeah.
So can we look at a case study that we have actually shown to people? We have actually used in the batch. I think a couple of our ex-students are also there. They would be able to see and recognize this case study. But one of the things, as Sandeep is bringing the case study up on the screen, is that we are very passionate about this industry form of teaching, right? If you can understand, agree with these case studies, cracking an interview is like a piece of cake, right? And all of our case studies, we kind of go on board and say that please use Google when you're solving our case studies, because you're not going to get any answer from Google. You can Google as much as you can, but until and unless you understand the core concepts, the case study is designed in such a way that you will not be able to answer it through the help of Google, right? Yeah. I think, Sandeep, you're going to get that up on the screen, right? Plus, after this case study, what we will do is we will want to play a little bit about testimonials. But before we play testimonials, I know some of our ex-students are there. I don't want to put anyone on the spot here. Chetna, if you want to talk about it as and when the time comes. I know Nikki, you're there. Who else is there? Nirmalya, you have been one of our students who's seen the transformation, who has witnessed it, and who has taken a benefit out of the transformation. So I don't know whether you want to talk a little bit as well. But let's look at the case study maybe first, and then we'll dive straight into that. Perfect. Sandeep, if you can just zoom a little bit, I think we are getting there. How many of you have watched that movie Tron? Have you watched that movie Tron? With that bike, there are electronic images. It was a fast-paced movie. The name is inspired from there, but none of the other things are inspired from the movie. Okay. So this is where, this was one of the live case studies that we have used in one of our batches. So you look at this, where you have been hired as an agile coach and the management gives you a specific problem that we have been operating in a particular industry. We want to launch a particular product, and that product, through that product, we want to get a lion's share of the market. Now, if you scroll down, Sandeep, you just slowly scroll down, look at this. How many things are you supposed to write or even demonstrate your knowledge on? You have to create an agile project charter. How many of you knew that we have a project charter in agile? Be honest. Okay. So one, we have to create an agile project charter. We have to create a stakeholder list, and that everything is on a tool. If you look at this, the agile charter has to be on a tool. The stakeholder list has to be on a tool. Now try to keep coming down, Sandeep. Now this is where, now look at this. Stop at this chart, right? I mean, this is where we are talking about different questions from this chart, right? What is the above chart called? If you don't know the concept, you're never going to be able to Google this chart, right? And what does this chart really mean? So if you have an UCL, right, and then an LCL, what does it really mean, right? And keep going down, Sandeep. Look at this. For example, this is the team velocity chart. We don't ask you theoretical questions. We show you what is the team's velocity, and we will ask you questions like, okay, if you see that the velocity has dipped all of a sudden in a particular sprint, do you know the root causes of why this can happen? And if this happens, what is your duty as an agile coach, right? Or if you want to come in as a mentor, if you want to come in as a scrum master or a product owner, what will you do by looking at these charts, right? So these are really the industry things that we bring onto the table. Right? Keep going down, Sandeep. This is the Kanban board. We don't want to scare people here, but we actually show them the Kanban board as well, right? So the to do, the work in progress, and the done. And then in those Kanban boards, where this is the reinforcement of when to use a work in progress limit, right? What is the concept of a work in progress limit? Why is work in progress limit used in Kanban? If Kanban is used, where is Kanban used as different to Scrum? Ask yourself these questions. Would you know these? That where is Kanban used? Where is Scrum used? If you know all these questions, don't come to us. You can partner with us to become the trainer. But if you don't, please take opportunity of this. All right, I think that's it about from the case study, Sandeep. I mean, we just wanted to give them a sneak peek. How you want to play a testimonial video? Or is anyone okay here wants to talk? You can unmute. Anyone wants to say the good things
Sandeep.
about us?
Yeah, Chirantan.
Oh, sorry.
Chetna
Yes.
here.
Yeah, Chetna, please.
So I have been the ex-student of the AgileBA workshop earlier. And when I joined the workshop with the intention of clearing CBAP certification. But I think I ended up and landed up at the right place. And that's where I developed a lot of things and learned a lot of things about a change management framework. I have been a part of change management in a different designation, and my CV was, attracting calls for a BA and the PM role. And that's where I was not able to clear the interview rounds because of the terminologies which they used. But after being the part of this agile BA workshop, I think I gathered a lot of knowledge about the industry and the change management. And I would really thank to Chirantan and Sandeep. Both of them have been excellent mentor and excellent people to support in the change management area, and they definitely groom you to the level where you are so confident to face the interview. So I have recently got the opportunity to work with another organization and serving my notice period. So yeah, that's the benefit of being part of this workshops and part of these sessions. So yeah, thanks
Perfect.
to Chirantan and Sandeep.
Thank you so much, Chetna, for your kind words and for the kind
Thank you.
for the frank description as well. Thank you so much. I think we can skip the video for a moment, because of course we can hear from people here, and then what's the next that we wanted to do, Sandeep? Did we wanted to give a sneak view of what are the different courses that we kind of bring onto the market?
Yeah. So I think someone posted in a chat that she's asking for a friend. Is there a certification for a fresher? Is there something you can recommend for someone who's starting out? So I think we would need a bit more context. Like, because there are so many certifications we do for fresher, and we can have one-to-one conversation. Like if you ask your friend to give us a shout on our WhatsApp number, we'll be more than happy to understand their background and suggest them the right course. See, guys, we don't onboard students just like that. We try to help them and try to inline their career with their own like mindsets or their background. We don't say if you're doing this, then do that. We just try to see what is the right thing for that particular person. Like, where is the interest, and how we can tailor some of the courses, or what we can do to them in order to help them with their future career goals. Either they're starting out or they are in the middle of their career, or wherever they are in their career, basically. So I think Chirantan has put our number and our email there on the chat, guys. So Nikki, if you could ask your friend just to get in touch with us, we'll be more than happy to have a one-to-one conversation, and that's create that tailor-made plans just for that person, and not for everybody else, because that's what we do. We believe, we believe the cookie cutter model doesn't work on everybody. If I just say that you all do this and you all will be successful, it's wrong, right? I'm lying, isn't it? Right. So without wasting time, we just go to, I will give you a sneak peek of our, 1 second.
So while you bring up that Excel sheet, guys, I think this symposium belongs to you as well. While we wanted to kind of give you some snippets, we'll of course share the materials with you. Please feel free to put on these questions, right? Nikki rightfully did. Can you also be frank? Of course, you can unmute and ask when the chance comes. But if you want to put your questions in the chat upfront, that's also fine. We are going to address them.
Okay, guys, this is one of the Excel sheets like for our courses. I'll share this with you anyways, and I'll just go through. I'll just go through with one of the course, and I'll tell you how to read this and what are the benefits, of each and every course. We have beautifully done our homework, me and Chirantan, and we have described everything. So this is for the business analyst, guys. And this is the top row is for the Indian market or the Asian market, and the number 2 is for Indian market, Asian market. Number 3 is normally for the global audience, people who do business analysis. So why you do this course? We have clearly written that it's a very highly remunerative course, and it's for an exclusive role. You should do this course. It's very much high in demand for last 5 years, and it's projected into future. 3 things which leads to a successful BA journey are, which we think is the right 3 things, is a BA delivery knowledge, basically, where you are tested on the BA curriculum plus the Scrum and Agile know-how, how to use Scrum knowledge, or the Scrum ceremonies and all that, and different Agile concepts and Agile frameworks, etc. Second is the tools and best practices like Jira, Confluence, SharePoint, UML, mockups, etc. Third is a domain understanding, right? So if you are, say, if your background is healthcare, you worked in the healthcare industry, so how much you know about that domain, so that your success depends on any of these 2 out of these 3, guys. Okay. And these are the general salaries, like, in India, basically at the moment, starting from like 12 lakh to goes up to 60 lakh. It's an average, guys. Okay. And some people I know, they get even 80 lakh to even a crore, like just as a senior BA or a product owner in India. Okay. So these are very general figures, kind of in the middle average. The duration is about 35 hours for this. There are 4 hours a day. Okay, for 8 days, and then we give you 3 hours homework, basically. So it's like a passive work. You do some homework. We have got some of the data from, this is one of the reference market sites we have checked, and that's why we got some of these figures, which you can have a look at it independently yourself. You can do your own homework. Okay, and this is the average industry costing of these courses. Okay, it's about 62,000 if you have to do all these courses combined, because you need Agile knowledge, you need Scrum, you need to know BA's stuff to become a successful BA or a product owner. And the industry cost is average is about 62,000 rupees, whereas we are charging you 48,000. So the prices are very competitive. We are not here to make money, but we are here to facilitate and help others. These are exclusive courses we do, and we don't have time to do this every single month. We can only do maximum to 4 courses a year, or maybe 3, if that. The increment incremental value which it will add to your salary is about like, Chirantan, you want to describe this one for me?
Yeah. So I mean, see, the incremental value is like you're definitely going to get about 12 lakh increase, right? So I think when we have chalked out these transformation journeys, right? So when let's say someone is starting up at let's say 17, 18 lakhs, I mean, we have definitely seen those people after doing this curriculum to make a transition and move from 17, 18 to 30 lakhs as well, right? So along with the designation plus the salary jump. Now, if you are getting in 1 year a 12 lakh salary jump, of which you are only spending 48,000, which is the cost of the investment, we are getting a return of investment of 2,500%, which means 25
first year.
25 times you are recovering that money only in the first year itself. So it's a no-brainer, right? So that is definitely one. And in how many days are you recovering it? If you look at the 48,000, 21 days you're recovering that money when you switch the organization, right? So I think we have mapped it out. We of course don't have the time to go through each and every, but we will send you this Excel sheet. Can you just show the entire universe, right? So we cover project management at very great detail, right? So PGMP, PFMP, PMP, PMI, ACP, all of those things we cover, plus the hybrid BA, which is the BA plus Scrum in one particular nutshell, as well as technical courses. Guys, I think it's very important when we are positioning ourselves in the market. If there is a little bit of technical know-how, which never hurts. So whether you're becoming a technical PM, whether you're becoming a product owner, understanding SQL never hurts, right? So we have a specific course, which is, of course, we don't want to name certain, online platforms where you let's say pay $400 and get an SQL course done. You understand nothing, right? I mean, we don't want to demean those platforms. We are not going to take names here, but what we are trying to say is in our curriculum, when you come in, we show you what exactly is on SQL. So let me give you an example, right? Or many of you may have SQL knowledge. Would you know what's the difference between a having clause versus a nested clause? Do you know how to do an SQL optimization? So let's say you have an SQL query. It is a very complex query with multiple join statements. How do you optimize that? Let's ask the third question on SQL. Do you know how to join multiple database? You might know how to join multiple tables on SQL. Would you know how to join multiple database? So if not, then you must come and talk to us, right? Whether you want to know about SQL, we have a course on Python as well. Now this Python talks about data structures as well, right? This is not just only Python. And remember, you don't need any technical background, right? In order to do Python, this is not the Python development that we are doing. We are doing Python analytics. Now, when you do Python analytics, anyone with a technical bend of mind, so of course you need to have some bend of mind and an aptitude, you can come and do the Python courses as well. Okay.
Yeah. So Chirantan comes from the accounting background, and I come from, I'm very passionate about business. So that's why we have done the return on investment calculation, just to show you guys. This last one is the ROI, percentage. So whenever we're investing money, either we're buying property or we're buying gold or whatever, or doing FDs, and whichever way we are kind of investing our money, we always talk about return on investment, right? So look at this list, like really high, and that the best investment you can make is on yourself. You are your best investment. Okay. And after this, like after 21 days, your return is infinite because you recouped your money, right? So just to let you know,
so while you go to the next section, Sandeep, I think it's worth answering questions as we go along this journey, right? And I think Prashil, thank you for asking that question. Tuba is here, Sandeep, you are here, I'm here. I think one of the questions that Prashil is asking is that how is PMI ACP different from the IIBA curriculum? And the second part of the question, Prashil, if I get this correct, is how would PMI ACP compare and contrast with PMP? Right?
Yes.
So let me answer the first part of the question, and let me be very honest. See, these courses, we don't sell anybody here. We have been real beneficiaries of both the worlds. Of course, I am an IIBA certified person. I am also a PMI certified PGMP, PMP, and PMI ACP. So I've seen best of both the worlds, right? And let me tell you, both these are complementing skills. Let's start with that. It is not that you decide either or. Okay, so these are complementing skills. Now what happens is, Prashil, if you because I know you know your background a little fair bit. You come from a BA background, right? So you kind of you understand the products, you understand the let's say the structured trade review process, which involves understanding of the products. Business analysis comes in naturally. Now when we are kind of going up in the hierarchy in our career journey, these project management certificates lend a lot of value. Now, PMI ACP is where you feel most of your projects are all on Agile and different framework, right? So let's say, for example, you have to do one project which is on feature-driven development. Then there is one project on lean, and you're a project manager covering these kinds of projects. Then I would say PMI ACP has got far more benefit in terms of an IIBA curriculum, but these are complementing skill sets. Now, of course, I'm going to let this go to Tuba, but before I hand it over to Tuba, right, PMP has its virtues as well, right? Because in the most recent version of PMP, we are talking about 50% waterfall, 50% agile, and Tuba, I think, alluded to that earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I would like to add here is that, Prashil, this is actually not about if one certification is better than the others. All the certifications are better as like within their own curriculum. The point is what you are really into. So if you or your organization or wherever you are working, if the nature of project is of sort that you are working in the waterfall or you're in a hybrid or maybe a combination of these or maybe like somewhat agile, somewhat predictive, some projects are agile, some projects are predictive, then PMP is definitely for you, because PMP gives you a complete holistic view of the project management, be it agile, be it lean, be it Kanban, be it the predictive itself. So if there's someone like myself, like when I used to be project manager, like there were some clients who like right away said that okay, we want this project on core agile. There were some governmental clients that I have worked with, they wanted the project to be on core predictive. So I wanted to have hands-on on every other project management methodology based on the nature of the client or the nature of the work. So I went for PMP, and that time ACP was very new. So I was myself, like yourself, I was not sure whether I should be going for ACP, because ACP is core agile. If you are into a working environment where the nature of work is like you are working in only Scrum or maybe only in the Kanban way, and only there is a backlog or sprints are there and no waterfall or traditional way of working at all, then ACP or some other certifications that Chirantan and Sandeep are into, that's for you. But if you are in combination of these, then always go for PMP, because PMP touches every other thing regarding project management. So it will give you all the flavors if you go for with PMP. And now we are covering agile in a very much detail in PMP, not as much in detail as it is in ACP. Of course, ACP is way beyond that, but complete Scrum, complete Kanban, lean, the concepts of lean and basic concepts of safe as well, that is covered now in PMP as well. And Scrum and Kanban are covered in very much detail in PMP as well, because these are something that's like that's there everywhere. Everyone should be knowing about this. But yeah, if you want to like go into the detail aspects of safe, that maybe you should be going with the relevant certification. If you want to learn agile in more detail, then you should be going with ACP, because your organization demands more than what PMP is giving you. So yeah, that depends on the case. But if your case is that no, I do everything, every other way of working, then go for PMP.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tuba. Rashil, hopefully your question is answered now.
Yes.
Understanding. Okay. Good.
Yes, sure. Thanks, Chirantan. Thanks, Tuba.
Thank you, Prashil. So guys, we will encourage you to please keep posting your questions. I think there is a question from Deepak as well, which we are going to address. but we wanted to play a little bit of a fun element as well. Should we play the quiz? I think a couple of people showed interest.
Chirantan, just before that, Prashil, you can connect with us later on and we can understand your background and then understand where you want to be. And then we can suggest you whichever certification you can do next, just tailor-made for your own career. So, okay,
Sure.
so Chirantan, just back to you, please. Thank you.
Okay, let me try and do a screen share. But before that, let me give all of you the code to where we are going to play our quiz. Okay, so this is a Mentimeter link. Okay, you can go to www.menti.com. Okay, or you can just directly click on that link and give that code, right? Yeah, I think
actually on the screen.
there. Yeah, exactly. 633379850. Okay. Perfect. So let's play this for 2-3 minutes and then we'll see where we are. Okay, so can I share my screen? Let me do that. Let me go here. Be present. Let me know when you can start seeing my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. I hope you are able to see my screen.
No, I think you're not sharing, Chirantan. 1 second. I'll stop sharing.
Oh, okay. Let me share.
Try now, please.
Yeah.
Yep, we can see your screen now.
Okay, so if you guys can start answering this question that you see on Menti, the first question. We've got, how many responses do we get? We have only 2 responses, guys. This is one of Tuba's, mine, and Sandeep's favorite topic. This is a PMP question, guys. Okay, so people who are interested in PMP, this is from that. So we just want to showcase you where the questions are from. All right. Anyone wants to go for a wild guess? Look at this. This is just like the election results, right? The ballot results. As if we have won from our constituency. Sandeep, you have won from your constituency. Tuba, you have won. I have won as well.
Oops, who is losing?
Point number 3. Option number 3 is losing quick. Okay, many people are going with option number 1, which is 5. Okay. I'll give you the right answer. Then we'll move forward. Okay. So good attempt, but the right answer is the last one, which is 2. 0%. Okay. All right. We'll move to the next one. Okay. So the next question is on the is a question from Scrum, right? So if you guys are looking at Scrum, this is the question on Scrum, the second one. So some of you feel encourage the PO to bring this up to the team. Wow. That seems a nice option. Wait till retrospective because this is appropriate time for dev team to reconsider the done. All right. 40% are saying that. I think pink is a good color for me. I mean, I know. See, the moment I say pink is a good color, that percentages go up.
Looks like a nice donut.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like dinner time there in India. So people are thinking about the donut. Oh, there are all 4 options now.
So somebody thinks that Scrum Master is not responsible as well.
Scrum Master is not responsible to act on this. It is the PO's duty. Wow. And 67%, majority of you feel it is pink. You guys have to come and talk to us for your Scrum. All right. The right answer in this case is the red one. Right. So wait till retrospective because that is the appropriate time for dev team to reconsider the definition of done. This was a tricky one. Let's move to the next one. This is the BA question. This I'm sure most of you are going to get this correct. Okay, this is the question on BA technique. This is a very easy one, guys.
You like tickling their minds, aren't you?
I'm tickling their minds. Are you guys liking it? At least say yes, no on the chat. Do you like this section of the presentation? Otherwise, we won't know how you're faring. Yeah, many people are saying focus group. Yeah, requirements workshop seems to be the right answer. Remember the chart that we showed you, those techniques? It spoke about brainstorming. It spoke about workshops. There might be a couple of right answers. There's only one right answer though.
Don't confuse them now, Charan. Bharat saying all sounding yes.
All are
saying
sounding
yes, and Bharat saying all of the other answers they all look correct to him.
Yeah, and they are enjoying it, isn't it? I think they are saying that
Gaurav is enjoying. Gaurav is enjoying, at least I know.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so we've got more engagement on this question. 14 responses. Good news is all of you have mostly got it wrong. Okay, so the right answer is observation. The right answer is observation. This one was a very tricky one, but of course we can always give you some explanations on these answers when you want to kind of talk to us. All right, so with the last one. Okay, the last one is again very close to Tuba, myself, and Sandeep. This is from program management. Okay, this is a question in program management, but of course, stakeholder engagement is a topic which is there used across PMI certifications, right? So it is PFMP, PGMP, PMP. I'll let you answer in peace. Sometimes I'm just disturbing you guys way too much. My wife is telling me that.
You need to be told sometimes, Jonathan.
I know.
Otherwise, you just get out of hands.
Yeah. Stakeholder engagement again. That's also
stop being naughty. I can see something gets thrown at you, Chirantan. You're muted.
I'll duck myself. Something will soon come flying to my face that why don't you shut up? Let these guys answer the question in peace. How are you guys doing? Fids, Balaji, Dhiraj, you guys are answering. Hopefully, Prakash. Sudeshna, good to see you.
Sudeshna, you've been hiding. Where are you?
Yes, sir, I already answered.
You answered. Okay, nice. All right, so I think we have got 13 responses. We'll keep it for another 15-20 seconds. If anyone wants to answer, a detailed strategy seems to be forming the parliament. A detailed strategy for effective stakeholder engagement. Pink is always a favorite color of mine. I mean, I kind of wear those colors to office, which is why no one sits next to me, but then.
Or your wife buys you that color just because no one can sit next to you.
That's the idea. Sandeep. She deliberately gives me those colors so that, you know, people don't come and sit next to me.
I just have to keep my wife away from her.
All right, I think we've had a lot of responses here. So I think detailed strategy for effective stakeholder engagement is the right answer here. Okay, seems that you've got this one correct. All right, so if you've enjoyed this, that was the end of this particular survey. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. Back to you. Back to questions.
Back to questions, guys.
I don't think we don't have anything more than that. Okay, we want to speak to you. So we are happy taking questions. You want to put it on chat, want to unmute yourself.
I think someone asked me earlier that they've done a course on BA, but it hasn't led them anywhere, you know, from some other institute. And I think I just wanted to say that we have had loads and loads of students like that who have been to, someone even given us a testimonial. It's recorded, it's on YouTube as well. One of our students, like he's been to one of the top institutes in India. I won't name anybody, but he said it's total waste of time and money he had. The only good thing happened is that he got contact of me and Chirantan from there somehow. And finally, this guy who used to work in a call center, taking calls and stuff, and he started working as a BA after post postdoc courses. And that's just one story. And there's so many examples like where people have done this. And that is the difference, guys. I mean, like you spend money with us, and if you work along and just do what we want you to do, as a students, we get you the results, and that's the difference in us and those institutes. So there is no comparison, basically, if that makes sense. I just wanted to say that. Sorry, is there anybody else have any more questions?
Yeah,
I think Bharat.
I see too. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yes. So very firstly, thank you so much, Chirantan, Sandeep, and Tuba, for this wonderful session. So it really helped us to give some insight about where we are, and then especially to highlight the gray area. Like we don't know about the things which is going across. So like the PMPA example which you gave, Tuba, I think I was totally able to correlate. I mean, that was the only course which is very prominent and I'm aware of, and not the rest of the one. So like my question would be precisely that, okay, just to give you a bit background, like I have around 6+ years of experience in banking and financial service, and as well as in the insurance domain. So I've done my NDA, and for all these 6.5 years, I'm working as a BA itself. So I'm very much well versed with the requirement gathering and the UAT, and majorly I've been working on the waterfall framework only. And on the domain knowledge, I mean, basically I'm working on the cash market. So for me, I mean, I would just like to understand what would be the most suitable course for me as a BA, and as well as in order to have more grip on the domain knowledge. And sorry, just one last thing. When I see like my seniors, I mean, who have the experience as good as you have, like more than 2 decades or close to 2 decades. So, and when I see them, okay, the way they deal into some or the particular incidents or out of the box thing, like in each and every organization, we have a SOP, but then at times we need to go beyond that SOP. So how to get that particular mindset? So, I mean, I just happened to have that discussion with one of my very senior colleague in my organization. So he mentioned that particular thing, and then literally I have written that in my on my notice board, like just behind, if you're able to see that, so that you need to make accurate or near to accurate decisions with the limited knowledge you have. So like if you ask me, like the systems wherein I'm working, it's more than 3 or 4 decades old. We don't have any documentation for that, or then there are many complex situations which keeps on coming around. So how we get that particular problems solving skills, like critical thinking skill set? So even like I would like to probably, that's again a long-term perspective, but even I would like to shape myself into that particular direction. So over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think maybe I can start, and then Sandeep and Tuba feel free to pitch in. I think a very appropriate question, Gaurav, and as we said that, see, there are 3 parts to this, right? One is when you are working as a BA, and remember, the BA is not a limited profile. We have been BA mentors in the past, right? And I will tell you one day at my office. I'll give you a snippet of one day at my office, Gaurav, right? So I'm supposed to, at the same time, review 9 BRDs. Each of them, one of them is 50 pages to 125 pages long.
Sorry, by the way, have we done the 5 which you had yesterday, Chirantan, in your call, in your queue?
I'm still grappling with how to do a fast review. But imagine the extent that you have to review 5 to 9 BRDs at the same time, Gaurav, right? Because when you are at that level, they want you to give your critical comments, right, for making that BRD effective, right, from a stakeholder perspective. The second thing is, at the same time, I will also have to do a walkthrough where I have written myself a BRD. Remember, I am a program manager, but I really have to hands-on write BRDs as well. And that's why we are effective in our training workshops. I'm sure Tuba is as well. Sure, Sandeep is as well, right? Because we have dabbled, been there, done that. That's the reason we are able to do these things. Now, you remember we talked about 3 things: domain experience. You said that you have cash management experience, right? Now, in cash management, treasury, cash management, portfolio management, that part of that world, right? That's a big, vast ocean. I have one of my good friend who is an executive director with a large global investment bank. Of course, I'm not going to name who he is, But once you are ready to graduate to a particular good career decision, it's a matter of us referring you to that guy. Question is, in cash management there is a lot to learn. However, do you see cash management only as that vertical that you want to stay on? I think there is a lot of domains which are opening up, isn't it, Gaurav, right? And some of these domains like climate risk, there is a lot of focus on regulations. I think regulations and risk plays a very important role these days, right? From a domain perspective, right? So if you want to stay within the banking world, you'll have to choose that area that you want to specialize on, right? I would say that my 2 cents would be that. The second thing is delivery excellence does not go away. Right, so our hands-on experience of UML, and that's where we kind of teach. Me and Sandeep, we are experts in Lucid, we are experts in tools like UML diagrams, right? And you have to be very quick with this. Right now, as a BA, when you're starting off, you will get that exercise and your manager is going to review after 7 days. The problem is, as you go up the hierarchy, that 7 will become constant, but it will be 70 minutes. Sometimes it will be 7 minutes. Okay. That seven factor will still be there. So the question is, how do you adapt to these fast-paced world, right? How do you kind of ensure that you are much more efficient at your work? That through that is the tools and best practices that we kind of employ, right? And the third is, Gaurav, I don't know whether as a BA you are effectively using a lot of agile terminologies, right? So there is a big foray of agile in today's world. And a classical BA's world is not a BA's world anymore. It is a BA plus Scrum guy. It's a BA plus product owner kind of a role, right? So in those situations, do you understand what is definition of ready? What is definition of done? Okay.
Sorry, not.
Right. So these things, if you are not aware, then you will soon see that you are a little behind the curve, right? Because in today's fast-paced world, people are graduating to these terms very quickly. Sandeep, anything Tuba from your side to add?
No, I think you're absolutely bang on, Chirantan. Like the terminologies, how to use the with industries heading, how to use these tools and techniques in the best way, shape, or form, Gaurav, kind of creates a base for you in order for you to take quick decisions. And if you know the tools correct, like right tools to do the right thing at the right time, saves you time. Just it's a quick decision then, And we do when we are taking a class, and we're showing you these tools, we tell you like this is a particular tool which you can use at such and such situation. If you have to do something on fly, then you can use maybe this particular tool rather than that particular tool. These are the strong points, these are the weak points of a tool, etc. type of thing. If you have that working knowledge, Gaurav, I think it goes a long way. And of course the domain knowledge, which we can talk about, we can have one-to-one conversation, because it's hard to put it into just answer that straight away. We'll understand your background a bit more, understand where you want to go, and then there are courses, there are ways to, as Chirantan has just mentioned, that there are other things which are opening up in banking at the moment, which we can look at and see where they will be in next 5 years, 10 years down the line, which one is the relevant field will be, or relevant domain then. So, and then we can make the right efforts to in order for you to get the right results for a long term, if that makes sense. Is there anything else we have missed, Gaurav, you want to ask, or Tuba, you want to add anything? Sorry.
Thank you so much, Sandeep and Chirantan.
Yeah, I think a couple of quick questions. I see there is one question from Bharat that is the Agile charter in the project charter in Agile any different to predictive model, right? So Bharat, largely the answer is not really. The charter remains very much a high level envisioning document. There is an event called Agile envisioning exercise, which really happens at the top of the roof, I would say, with very senior architects, the product managers, the product owners coming in, the directors, the functional managers, kind of agreeing that what would be the the high level scope, what will be the high level risk assumptions, cross dependencies, etc. What's the objective? One of the things that features into this Agile project charter is the roadmap. It's very important that we know how to create that Agile product roadmap. It's known as a product roadmap. And that product roadmap along with the business case goes and sits within the Agile Project Charter. Okay. Only thing is the Agile Project Charter, of course, allows more room for flexibility, because as you know, from a PMP perspective, we would remember the rough order magnitude, the ROM estimates, right? The ROM estimate for the Agile Project Charter, the ROM is even more for Agile projects.
Correct. I think there is another question from Deepak. Deepak, you want to come on camera and ask, or shall I?
Yeah, I think Deepak's question. I looked at that briefly. I think that's a very good question. Really commendable question.
Yeah.
That will the now let's say if there is a project management body or any kind of body which is coming up with a certification in 5 years, do you think that will become archaic? It will become non-relevant? I don't think it will, right? Because I mean, from the point Sandeep was mentioning that me and Sandeep are with IIBA, right? From BABOK version 1. BABOK version 1 started in 2005. In 2005, guys, my official designation was a business analyst. Can you imagine? Which is more than 17 years back. I mean, 17 years back, hardly people knew about business analysis. My official designation was a business analyst in 2005. From there, I have seen this baby develop, right? So, it's almost like a baby kind of evolving. And we have seen that in that journey, the institutes kind of evolve in their own way. The PMI Institute is also evolving, right? So they are constantly looking at their PMP syllabus. They are looking at different versions of the standard for portfolio management, the standard for program management. So, Tuba, you want to just quickly pitch in what's happening with PMI?
Yeah, so I would like to add here is that Deepak, it's not that the certification will altogether, vanish from the market or something like that. It's just that they will keep on evolving. Like if I want to give an example, in till 2020, the PMP certification was, very predictive oriented, waterfall oriented. Now it has been like completely evolved to include the hybrid and to add the flavor of agile and Kanban and lean and everything that's required in the world these days to do the project management. That's one example of project management. Same goes for the other areas as well. The program management, like right now it's a 4th standard that is being referred for program management. So before that, there were 3 other standards that has been, out of the picture, and they are not valid anymore. Same goes for portfolio management. There's a 3rd edition that is in the demand these days in the market. So the point being, certifications don't get, they don't get old. They will always be updated as per the market needs. So after 5 to 10 years, these certifications will still be there, but maybe then based on the changing industry trends, market needs, certain, and these certifications, specifically the PMP, PGMP and PFMP, they focus on every industry in the world. So they keep on, learning the observations, the trends, the past records, how the things are being done in the certain countries, certain areas, and based on that, they keep on evolving themselves. So the answer to your question is simply no. That the certifications will always be there, and these certifications, they ask for every 3 years they ask for the renewal. What is that renewal? That renewal is the certification from your side that you are keeping yourself updated based on the market demands. That 3-year renewal from the PMI side for every certification is the the certification from PMI side that you are updating yourself. You have got that credential, but you are making sure that you are evolving, you are updating yourself based on whichever industry you are at. You are learning new stuff, you are getting new experiences, you are getting new knowledge bases and skills as well. So you will be always updated with those credentials. After 5 years, after 10 years, after 20 years, the answer is simply that you will be updated with those credentials. But the question was really good. I love this thinking that you came up with this. This idea is very, very, very good.
Thanks, Tuba. Do we have any more questions, guys? Anybody wants to ask anything?
Sandeep, can you, I think because we are almost at the end of scheduled time, can we just do a quick announcement for the benefit of people who have stayed on, and then we can take more questions.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead, Chirantan? I think I'm just getting.
I think we can go ahead. So I think there are two things that we wanted to kind of let all of you know, that because you've kind of taken time out, we wanted to kind of exclusively announce that people who are attending this webinar today will get a discounted pricing. Okay, if you are interested in any of the courses, please feel free to write to the email address that we have provided. So info@agileba.co.uk. Please feel free to also call the 75920 number. This pricing will only be for these webinar participants, right? So this will not be exclusively available for anyone else. The second thing that we wanted to kind of mention, of course, that in certain countries, in certain situations, we've seen that people are economically challenged, right? So for those kind of people who need a little bit of financial backing, we have financial assistance only for those people who need it, right? So those who are interested in doing the course, but they really cannot make that financial commitment, please don't shy away, right? I think you should please reach out to us, because we have tie-ups with a couple of very big NBFCs and banks, in of course in India and UK, and it can be extended to other places as well. So definitely do, if any of these things are interesting to you, get in touch with us. Don't feel that I don't have the economic capacity right now, so how do I kind of go take ahead, right?
All right. Thank you, Chirantan. On that note, if there are no more questions, shall we just call it a day? And just I would like to thank you from AgileBA team, Chirantan, Tuba. We just thank you all for your kind participation and spending time out today on your tight weekend. And we will promise you just to bring you more up-to-date stuff from the industry, and this kind of we always changing our courses too, isn't it, Chirantan? We always looking at the market and we adapting very, very quickly. So we are very agile in terms of things we are doing in the industry, and because we want to pass that benefit to you very, very as quickly as we can, basically, right? So thank you once again, and have a lovely weekend, guys. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.